Hey, this is Bill Landis from the Bill and Doug Show. You're about to watch a clip from one of our premium podcasts over on Substack. To get the full shows, you can subscribe to us on Substack, billanddougosu.substack.com. Thanks for watching.
Landis, we're talking about Big Ten quarterbacks today because we think Ohio State's playing a pretty good Big Ten quarterback on Saturday in Washington's Damon Williams Jr. Is that something that we believe?
Yes. Ohio State playing a good Big Ten quarterback, and I think one of the players responsible for I don't know what the right word for it is, a shift in the quality of quarterback play in the conference.
Shift is a kind word. There's a word I might use that is very similar and is missing an F. I'll tell you what, you looked at the present, I looked at the past, and reliving Big Ten quarterback play of the recent past, I am now, this happens to me a lot, I'm a little over exuberant about the present because I'm like, oh, baby, they fixed it. Problem solved.
Everyone's played FCS and G5 teams. Everything's fixed.
Bryce Underwood threw a 17-yard pass. The Big Ten is back. And then I'm more angry than I remembered about the past when it comes to Big Ten quarterback play. Because one of the exercises I undertook was trying to rank the 10 best non-Ohio State Big Ten quarterbacks of the last decade. And I got to 3.5, and I wanted to throw my computer in a garbage can.
Did Talia Tagovailoa make the list?
I couldn't do it. It was like, are we just stat padding? Because the thing that I think it is do you think this is a reasonable way to try to evaluate something like this? Not just because we're doing a show for Ohio State Substack subscribers right now. It's whether a quarterback, if he was preparing to face Ohio State, would potentially have Ohio State a little worried. And have Ohio State fans a little worried. Like, for instance, the way I think Damon Williams Jr. has Ohio State. And maybe worried's the wrong word, but they respect him. They realize he's a good player. Ohio State fans, I think, are believing, oh, yeah, no, that guy, he can do some stuff. That you can make some plays. That it's not about stats. It's about how often has the Big Ten in the last decade and compared to now had quarterbacks who in big games against good teams with really good defenses had guys who could make plays. It's not a lot, man. In the past, it is not a lot.
No, I think, I don't know, because I don't want to put ourselves in a position, because you and I are covering this Ohio State-Washington game like it's a big deal. And because we think it is. Like, I don't think we're trying to, like, make something out of nothing here, like, but it is the number one team in the country against a team that is not currently ranked. Like, I think we have to, like, keep that in the back of our minds to talk about it. But there's good skill, and the quarterback's very good. And I think the way I would describe it is, a lot of times in the past, Ohio State could go up against the best Big Ten quarterbacks and just think, well, like, yeah, that guy's good, but like, we're better than him. It's fine. Like, we don't have to have much more of a plan than we're better than him. And I don't think that's the case with a lot of the quarterbacks in the Big Ten right now. And especially one who is as versatile and like slippery / dangerous as Damon Williams is.
And I think, and this is what we'll start with, because we'll start in the present day, because nobody likes to start in 2016. We'll save the Wilton Spate conversation. Or Wilton Spate, that's like minute 51. That is not minute 5. Although, at the end of our rundown of current Big Ten quarterbacks, I am going to ask you how many you think are better than Wilton Spate, who was the third team All Big Ten quarterback in 2016 for the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah. I was looking at some 2015 stuff too, like 10 years ago, because I was looking at where guys ranked in passing efficiency now and how they stacked up back then. And Jake Rudock made an appearance. So... yeah, we've come a long way.
Well, okay, let's talk about this. Do we believe that Big Ten, the overall level of Big Ten quarterback play, and I think that is both the ceiling for at least a handful of guys, but also the floor. That how many teams, and also the breadth. How many of the 18 teams in the Big Ten are happy with their quarterback play? Do we believe that has taken a jump from the recent past and maybe also from last year?
Yeah, I think so. This is the best. I've been covering the Big Ten for 11 years. It's by far the best it's been in my time covering it. And just knowing the history of the league and how few first round draft picks there have been, I would guess that this is perhaps the best it's ever been. Maybe like,
yeah,
especially for a league that like didn't start throwing a forward pass until like 1990, right? So yeah, it's a pretty remarkable time in Big Ten quarterback play because a lot of teams, I think, are feeling quite good about their current situation.
Do you think this was the Big Ten quarterback plan at the mid-tier and below schools for much of the past? Hey, guys, we have a kid from 90 minutes away who was the 839th ranked recruit in his class, and we got him, and now he's a redshirt junior, and I guess he's going to start.
Yeah, well, for the longest time, right, it was just using your backyard.
And then who's been around, who came from your yard and stuck around.
And then when the Big Ten started to recruit more aggressively, which is basically to say like when Urban Meyer showed up, I still think quarterback recruiting lagged behind almost everything else, with the exception of Ohio State for a long time, right? So, yeah, I just don't think I don't know, for whatever reason, you put a lot of effort into recruiting one guy, and it's just easier to take who's in your backyard. I don't know what it was, but it did not seem like a position that got a lot of effort or energy, maybe is the right word, or thought when trying to put, like, it was a lot of line of scrimmage and running back and defense, which is great, but eventually the sport caught up to that, and the Big Ten had to adapt, and it seems like it has.
So it seems like two things are happening with Big Ten quarterbacks right now. One is there's a handful of these younger guys who were talented coming out of high school, and whether it's NIL activation or just the level in the conference being raised, there's a couple of those dudes in the league. And then we can see the portal at work, can we not? Where there are teams finding answers who maybe would have been willing to try to find those answers in the past, but you couldn't, because you couldn't just go in the portal and find a disgruntled or eager or perhaps moderately failed Southern quarterback, SEC quarterback, Big 12 quarterback, and bring him in. And there's a decent handful of schools that have done that. So I do think both the things that have changed college sports and college football fundamentally in the last 5 years are being put to good use by Big Ten teams at the quarterback position right now.
That, I don't know how you'd study it, but I guess like anecdotally, you may be able to say that the position that has perhaps benefited the most from player empowerment / NIL and everything that comes with that is the quarterback position in the Big Ten.
Oh my God. You can't start a deep thought like that by saying, I don't know how you'd study it. Because then by the end of the thought, I'm like, man, I think we got to study that. NIL and portal, empower, big QB. All right. How many, by your analysis, Big Ten expert Bill Landis, how many of the 18 Big Ten teams are currently happy with their quarterback play?
So I have like degrees of happy, but I would say definitively, unquestionably happy. I came up with 11 of the 18.
Okay. So definitively, like no doubt about it, happy is 11. What are your tiers below that?
Feeling pretty good about their situation. I have 2.
Okay.
Starting to feel better about their situation. I have 1.
Okay.
And then 1 that's like probably fine, but I think people might be like a little worried. There's 1, and that's Penn State.
Okay.
So then there's like three. Like you asked a question: are you happy with the quarterback play? There are 3 schools in the Big Ten that I would say no.
So their answer is no. Okay. Let's start at the bottom. It's what we do. Hey, it's Doug. Thanks for being here. That's a piece of what we did on our big Wednesday show. If you want to get that show, if you want to get our Sunday sound off where we take subscriber question and comments after Ohio State games, join our Substack. Become a subscriber to our Substack. We write a lot of stuff, but also these 2 big premium shows, Wednesday and Sunday, part of what we do here. Thanks for checking us out.